ship containers from Vietnam to the U.S. Shipping a container from Vietnam to the U.S. can seem daunting, but with the right preparation and partners, it can be a smooth and efficient process. Here is how. The first step is to determine the origin and destination ports. There are several seaports in Vietnam that have shipping routes to the U.S., and the choice of the best seaport for shipping to the U.S. may depend on various factors such as the type of goods being shipped, the destination in the U.S., and the shipping company. However, as a general rule, the seaports that have direct shipping lines to major ports in the U.S. are likely to be more efficient and cost-effective for shipping to the U.S. In this regard, the seaports of Haiphong and Ho Chi Minh City are considered the best options for shipping to the U.S. from Vietnam. Once you have your container loaded with your cargo in Vietnam, you'll need to arrange for transportation to one of the seaports there. This is where a freight forwarder can be helpful. You can find a reliable freight agent in Vietnam and the U.S. A freight forwarder can handle the logistics of getting your cargo to the port, including arranging for trucking and documentation. Vietnam has a thriving logistics industry and many freight forwarding companies ranging from large multinational corporations such as DHL to local and regional freight forwarders. The Vietnam Logistics Business Association, VLA, is the primary industry association for logistics companies in Vietnam, and it has over 400 members representing various sectors of the logistics industry. Once your cargo arrives at the port, it will be loaded onto a container ship for transport to the U.S. There are several steamship lines that serve the U.S. and Vietnam shipping routes, offering direct and indirect services between the two countries. The availability and frequency of services may vary depending on factors such as the time of year, demand, and other logistical considerations. The time it takes for your container to arrive in the U.S. will depend on several factors, such as the shipping line, the route, and the weather. On average, shipping from Vietnam to the U.S. can take between 20 to 30 days. When your container arrives at the U.S. port, it will need to go through customs and be cleared for entry. This process can take several days, depending on the volume of cargo being processed. Once your container is cleared, you'll need to arrange for transportation to your final destination. Again, for customs clearance and transportation needs, a freight forwarder can help with this, arranging for trucking and other logistics to deliver your cargo where it needs to go. There you have it. With the right preparation and partner, shipping a container from Vietnam to the U.S. can be a straightforward and successful process. If you are looking for a freight forwarder in the U.S., we are here to help. A brief introduction about our company. AIM Pacific Services, Inc. APS, is a U.S. Federal Maritime Commission licensed non-vessel operating common carrier and ocean transportation intermediary. We have been providing freight handling services for 20 years. We can help you manage the entire container shipment from any foreign origins to destinations in the U.S., especially for shipments from China, Southeast Asia and Europe. Whether you are an exporter or freight forwarder in Vietnam or importer in the U.S., we look forward to hearing from you.